Alright, what's up YouTube? So today I'm doing a video here going from $560 to $1,500 in 1 week. Actually, like exactly 1 week. So yeah, so this is my little plan thing I've done. I've written down to explain everything to you guys. So it's basically how to flip cars. That's what I do for my income. I flip cars and make YouTube videos, and that pays for my house and my bills and not much else, honestly, because I just got started doing it, but it's doing really good and it's only going up. Flipping cars, if you know what you're doing, you kind of you snowball up, if you know what I mean. And so the big thing here, how to flip cars, it's 2019. This is my little area, my computer for editing and doing research. Most of my research, honestly, is done on my phone. If you have a smartphone, you can just scroll on Marketplace all day long like me, or Craigslist, but Craigslist is a lot of bull crap nowadays, so I like Marketplace. But so the first thing here is research. That's going to be your most important thing, in my opinion. Research. So what that means is you basically go into your computer, you know, whatever. I just uploaded some videos to edit. Go on your computer, basically go to the internet, wait for it to load because I'm in the far corner of my house, so it's really slow. But if I'm out there, it's super fast. But all the animals are out there right now, and my allergies are bad, so gotta stay in my room. Little office that we're putting together. Basically, you go to Craigslist or Marketplace. I like Marketplace the best, but my very first flip car I got was off Craigslist, so I always go back to Craigslist. But my computer's being slow. Basically, you go to Craigslist or Marketplace, you just look up cars in your price range that you're trying to flip. Say you have $1,000. I started with $500. Say you have $1,000 and you want to flip a car. The good part about flipping cars is you always have something to drive. So that's cool. I'm just gonna X out that because that's taking forever. Go to Craigslist, whatever. Say you have $1,000 is your budget. You find a running and driving Grand Prix GT for $1,200. Don't offer through messaging. Go look at it, make sure it's what you want to buy. People hate offering through Messenger. I hate it when I get offers through Messenger because you don't even know what the car is in person. You know, go look at it. Tell them what you can do. Say you can do $800. Start lower than higher. You know, you have $1,000. Say $800, and if he accepts it, good. You know, a running and driving Grand Prix is going to go for mid thousand, like $1,200, $1,500, depending on condition, miles, stuff like that. But you get what I mean. Go under. Don't just go at the top of your budget. Go under so you have some money to put into the car, whether it's spark plugs, brakes. Or if it's just a clean car, you just buy it at a cheap price if it's a seller in distress or something. But do your research on what's hot. That's the first thing under research. What's hot, what's not. That goes into play with what type of year it is, like the season and stuff, and what's selling. So look on eBay, stuff that's sold. Watch on Craigslist and Marketplace the stuff that sells. Generally, it's going to be four-door vehicles and SUVs, because people need four doors for kids, animals, stuff like that. Reliable vehicles like Grand Prix have a very popular name. Impalas, the older Impalas, all the way up through like the previous gen Impala. Like older Grand Prix, older Impalas with the 3800 V6. Everyone knows that motor. They know it's reliable. They know it's strong. They know it'll last well over 300K in Minnesota, which is really good. So yeah, what's hot? Like right now in the summer, my current flip car that I'm doing is a Mustang. It's a 2001 Mustang V6 Premium that I got for $500. Whatever, we'll get down to that. So it's summer here in Minnesota. Mustangs are really hot. Camaros are hot. Stuff like that. Mitsubishi Eclipse is hot, and they go really cheap. So buy one. Find what you just do your research. You'll find a cheap car. When you see it, you'll know. Like this Mustang was $1,300, just for example. But mine was at a dealership. You want to buy private party because then you get the title in hand. Now I gotta wait for my title, but a lot of people are okay with a bill of sale and waiting on the title too, especially for a cheaper car, which is what a few of mine have had to do. But stay private party if you can, because then you get the title in hand. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you're gonna be flipping cars for an income, basically, I'm not saying I do this, you know, but you know, there's ways where you can, when you buy private party, you just they hand you, a lot of time they just hand you the title, whatever, you just float the title, meaning you don't sign it or anything. It's basically like you're selling it for them. You don't write your name in it, you take the title, and then when you go, you give it to the next owner, they'll put it in their name or whatever, float the title. I'm not saying I do that, but yeah, so then you don't, because you can always, if you sign the title and transfer the title, they know you're selling the car every time you transfer a title, or buying a car and selling a car. You can only sell a certain amount per year, very little, like 5 to 10 or something like that, or 5 or 6 or something, I don't know, something like that, depending on your state, your laws. But so next up, after what's hot, what's not, make sure you look at what's not selling, stuff that's been on the market for a long time that's just not selling. Monte Carlo SS's, depending on where you're at, like here, Monte Carlo SS's with the V8, I'm not seeing them sell very fast. They're staying on the market generally like 60 to 90 days, which is a long time. You want to look for stuff that sells within a month, easily within a month. I'd say a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like Grand Prix sell so fast, Impalas sell so fast. Like Toyota Camrys, older ones, sell so fast. Honda Civics, Honda Accords go crazy fast. Stuff like that are good flip cars. Cheap, easy to work on, reliable cars that people know and trust. So best deals. Just look at people who are in need to sell very fast. Whether they're moving, family emergency, they need money like for just something, they're in distress. They're most likely to let go of it even lower than their asking price. So go to them, fix their uppers if you know how to fix a car or work on a car. A lot of people can't afford to. It's going to be expensive, or they don't know how, so they have to bring it to a mechanic. Then it's going to be expensive. But if you know how to do it, say it's a Grand Prix, like me, a Grand Prix GT. You buy it for $500. Runs and drives, but it needs work. It needs a wheel bearing and needs brakes. You buy the wheel bearing for $40. You buy the brakes it needs, say it's rear brakes. You buy the rear brakes, rotors, and pads for $60. eBay. Go to eBay for parts. They have the best deals. Trust me. eBay. Buy both of those, you're in $100. All right? So that's up to $600 into the car. Gotta keep in mind whatever gas you put into the car. Insurance. For me, I drive the flip cars, so I have to insure them. I just put liability. But a lot of people don't even insure flip cars because they don't drive them. They just park in their driveway until they're done. But so you're into $600. Say you fix it, yourself, like me. I do wheel bearings, brakes, suspension myself. So you fix it yourself. So you don't pay labor. So you're in $600. Now you just clean it, wash it, and it drives fine. The wash was $10. Say the gas was $40. So now you're in at $650. You list it for $1,500. Someone comes with $1,300. If you want to let it go, boom, there you go. You can make very quick profits flipping cars, or you can buy certain cars and kind of hold on to them for a couple weeks, make them very nice, and make a big profit. It all depends on what you need. Me, I always do more quick profits, like this Mustang. Get to that. So what cars sell for, I kind of just touched on that. Look at the prices they go for, with what miles, so you know what to pay and what you can flip it for. If it's an Impala, a 2001 Impala with a 3800 V6, they're selling for $1,500 with 180,000 miles. You find one with 150,000 miles, and they're asking $1,200, and it runs and drives fine. They just need to get rid of it. You go there, offer them $1,000, take it, don't do anything to it, just clean it up and flip it for $2,000. Stuff like that. Parts and price, know the parts of vehicles like Grand Prix. I know the part prices for vehicles because I search it, do my research. Cash is king. Bring cash. Don't ask for payments. Don't do stuff like that. Cash is king. If they see cash, they're going to want it. So if you bring cash in hand when you look at a vehicle, they're more likely to go down on the price. Now, flip. Once you buy the vehicle, you clean it, fix it up, whatever you do. Pictures and your sale ad are the biggest thing. Pictures. Take good pictures of the car, good in-depth pictures of the car. You don't want to miss anything. That's just take side pictures, rear, front, under the hood, interior, and if it's got like cracks in it or something, like say the front bumper's cracked, take a picture of it. People don't want to be upset when they come and look at it. They want to know what they're looking at. Don't be a snake. And then your ad. Make sure for ads, I don't like to just clutter everything into a paragraph, right? So start off with like it runs and drives. If obviously you want to sell it, you're flipping cars, it's got to run and drive. If it runs and drives, great. Good on gas or whatever. List the best things first, and then if you're still waiting on title, say title is still coming in mail as I bought from a dealership, but you will get a legitimate bill of sale. Good. But if not, say clean title in hand and ready. And then next you want to list your pros. Do whatever. And then cons. And then at the bottom, let them know how they can contact you. And if you're open to offers. Stuff like that. That's easy to read. I love postings like that. Next, profit. But remember, pictures and your sale ad are very important. Profit next. Like me. So here's my scenario. I paid $558.25 for my Mustang, which I just put $560, rounded up, whatever. It's 2001 V6 Premium with 198,000 miles. The dealership was asking $1,300. I got them down to $560, which is you're not always going to do, but you can. It's got the struts on it are not good. They make noise, but only when you hit bumps. Otherwise, it runs and drives out pretty good. I detailed the interior, washed the outside of it really quick, touched up some paint spots, some sanding and painting where there was rust, which I already had everything. It doesn't cost much, but a couple dollars if you need sanding, if you need some sandpaper, paint, whatever, $5-10. But I already had it, so I'm in at $560. I only have put $5 of gas, so I'm $565 right now. The post, I did the post like I said, all clean, pros, cons, and I listed it for $1,500. Well, actually, I started my listing at $1,700. I got a lot of people interested. And then $1,500 is what I settled on with someone who is coming to buy it today. He's driving a few hours away. Actually, he'll be here in like 2 hours. But he's been waiting all week to get paid, and he's really excited for the car. He's coming today. He's told me, he's like, I want it. Write my name in the bill of sale. So I'm marking it as sold. If not, it's going to go. I have a lot of other people in line. But your pricing is key for what it is. Price it on the bottom end. Like Marketplace will tell you where your price is for book value, and like if it's a good deal for the buyer. Price it on the lower end, because then they're like, okay, they're getting a great deal. You know, don't price it on the higher end, because then you're not going to sell it fast. So $1,500 if everything all goes well, which I'm pretty 99.9% sure it will. You know, I've been talking to him on the phone and stuff. He wants the car, and I told him there's other people who can come today with the cash. And he said, no, I want it. I'm coming from Wadena, which is an hour and a half away. So when all goes good, I told him I will not take a penny under $1,500. He said, nope, write that in the bill of sale. $1,500 is the sale price. Everything. I did put LED lights in the Mustang, which I had laying around too, but that's besides the point. My profit will be about $940 ish, because I put gas, so about $935. But that's pretty good profit for exactly 7 days. That's your regular, full-time job making $10-15 an hour. And that's not doing much work. I've been just hanging out with my family, I could have listed it higher. I could have fixed the suspension, cleaned it up a little bit more, but it's got clear coat peeling and stuff. I didn't want to put my time into it. I've just been daily driving it. It had a full tank of gas when I bought it, so I've been daily driving it for the week. Haven't put any gas but $5 more into it to make it up to a quarter tank. And my current insurance carried over to this one. So I didn't actually pay any money for insurance yet, but whatever, that doesn't even matter. So about $935-40 will be my profit for 1 week. So you figure if you can make $1,000 a week, you can make $1,000 a week, which is kind of high, but if you know what you're doing, you can easily make more than that a week. But you make $1,000 a week, flip a car, or say you flip a car every other week for $1,500, you can make $3, $4, or $5,000 in a month. Just easily doing this on the side of your normal job. This is my job, but I also do YouTube around this, which makes probably a good $250 per channel. I have 2 channels, which isn't a lot. YouTubers can make thousands, millions when they're high, when they're high up. But I make about $250 per channel a month. So about $250 on Minnesota Made, usually about $300 on my baseball channel. But I haven't posted on my baseball channel in a long time, but it still generates revenue. So that also is going into bills and stuff. So yeah, that's basically how to flip cars. Sorry if it's a little confusing, but that's the basics of it. Once you get good at it, you know what you're doing. Then it's like boom, boom, boom. Make sure when you flip cars, you're putting the money or whatever you're getting. If someone has to get a loan for the vehicle, the cashier check they give you, put that in your bank. Put the cash in the bank so you have record of it. So if you go to finance a car or a house, you have proof with bank statements. Because if you just keep the cash out, you're not going to have proof of this job. You're not going to be able to say you're self-employed. But yeah, so I have proof of it going into my credit union account every time I do a flip, and then stuff like that. So that's the basics of it, guys. So now let's get out to the car, and we need to do one more final clean on the interior of the Mustang, and one more final exterior kind of walk around and make sure everything's good before the buyer comes. So let's go. Alright, I just wanted to add this into the end of the video. About a week later, after buying the flip Mustang, it sold for that. So made a good profit there. And I'm really excited. Sold to someone who's going to take care of the car too, which is always a bonus. They were really excited about it. They're going to do some cool stuff to it, and I'm glad I went to this young girl who really enjoyed it, and I think it was her dad, so who appreciated it, and yeah, it makes me really happy. So on to the next flip here within a week. Hopefully a week I'll get a new vehicle, and keep going up and up and up and up, and hopefully one day open up my own little dealership. That's like the end goal.